Hey guys, welcome to an academy. So please let me know if you guys can for your comments. Yes, the connect you can see me and hear me. We can start with the lesson. Just a couple of comments. Great. Just comment and say hi, hello. I can hear you fine. Okay, so fine. Okay, so I'll be waiting for that. So just a couple of comments, guys, so that I know that you are, I'm audible to you guys and the connection is clear. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you, Vivek. Yes, I think Ganesh, thank you. So I think the connection is clear and I'm live. So hi, everyone. Good evening. So my name is Siva Prasad. I'm one of the verified educators at an academy. So you can get a link to my profile directly below this video, and also a link to my plus course also right below this video. So I'm sure you have seen the topic of today. So I'll be talking about motivation. Okay, there are various theories of motivation. So today I'll be taking up the hierarchy of needs, that a theory that is being given by Abraham Maslow. So this is a course that is dedicated for those students who have taken public administration as their optional subject. Okay, so before I start, a little bit about myself. My name is Siva Prasad, and I have done my bachelor's and master's in physics from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, after being one of the toppers of IIT JEE exam. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. So we can start with the lesson. Okay, so as I said, most of you are writing. Yes, it is Abraham Maslow, Maslow. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the theories of motivation. Of course, everybody knows the meaning of motivation, right? You are motivated to do something. For example, you are motivated to write the civil services examination. Why? Why are you motivated to write the civil services examination? Because you all want to be IAS officers, right? That means the civil services examination. Why? Why are you motivated to write the civil services examination? Because you all want to be IAS officers, right? That means you want something that you do not have with you right now, right? Because you are not an IAS officer. Tomorrow you want to become an IAS officer. Similarly, an IRS officer or an IPS officer, even they are writing the examination again because they want something that they do not have, and that is IAS, right? So that is the reason these people are motivated. You are also motivated for the same reasons. Okay, so this is basically motivation, to put it in simpler language. Okay, so while we talk about theories of motivation, so we'll be talking about two types. One is called as content theory of motivation. Okay, so in content theory of motivation, we will try to understand what is motivation. Okay, and on the other hand, there's a process theory of motivation where we'll be talking about the how aspect of the motivation, right? So let me take up Abraham Maslow with you guys as promised. Okay, so Abraham Maslow, he gave what is called as a theory called as hierarchy of needs. Okay, so you understand the meaning of hierarchy, right? For example, let us say you have secretary, below the secretary you have, let us say, additional secretary, below the additional secretary you have joint secretary, below the joint secretary you have director, under secretary, deputy secretary, etc., right? So this is the meaning of the term hierarchy. Okay, so even Abraham Maslow, so what he has done is he has categorized all your needs in such an hierarchy. Okay, right? So that is what he has done. For example, I'll just give you a simple situation. Let me tell you, suddenly your parents call up, they say, okay, you have spent too much time preparing for civil services examination. Now you find a job. Okay, so what do you basically do? Okay, so let me put this question to you guys again so that you can answer. Suddenly you get a call from your parents. They say, okay, you have wasted enough time preparing for civil services examination. Now look for a job. Okay, and you fend for yourself. We are not going to provide you money and all. Okay, so what is the first thing you will look for? Okay, here's a simple question. Okay, so right now you don't have money, you're homeless. What is the first thing that you require in your life? Okay, what do you need at the very most? At the least. I'll just wait for a couple of comments so that I can get the answer that I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll just give you guys. Psychological needs, government job for Vivek. Okay, so after he is thrown out of his house, he wants government job. People want stability. Jitesh also wants a job. Pawan wants government, food, clothes, and shelter. Thank you so much, Maya. So basically, Maya has pointed out the very basic thing first we require is roti, kapda, makan, right? That is food, clothing, and shelter, which we call as our basic needs. Okay, so even Anupama Mahesh is right. she's saying that, basic needs that you require for survival. Okay, that is your roti kapda makan, or your clothing. Okay, house, that is your shelter and food. Okay, now here's another aspect. So after you have your basic needs, after you have roti kapda makan, what else do you need? Okay, so that's where Abraham Maslow gives, a second, a second aspect to it. Once you have the basic needs, what do you look for? Okay, so let me just ask it from you guys. So after you have, let us say you have got a small job, you can you have food every day. Okay, you have a shelter, you have clothes. So what is the next thing you want? Next thing is, Maya says we need safety needs. Okay, so basically that is right. Maya is again right, because after that Abraham Maslow says that we require a security. Okay, so we have security needs. For example, you are in a job, right? So, but all of you want a government job. Why do you want a government job? Because there is a stability of tenure. That means nobody will throw you out of your job. You have job security, right? This is the another security, right? This is the another aspect of your needs. Okay, so we are aspect of your needs. Okay, so we are starting. We have very basic needs. Once your very basic needs are fulfilled, then you want a stability in your job. Okay, you want security of your job. You want to be secure from being hungry, being homeless, being jobless, etc. Okay, so this is your second aspect. Then third aspect, after you have all this, what do you want? What is the third thing you look forward to? You have a stable job, you have your house, you have food, etc. All these things are satisfied. Okay, now what is the third thing you look for? Let me again ask you guys. Fame, belongingness, and lovely needs. Yes. Psychological needs, Maya again. Okay, Raghavendra says social needs. Okay, so yes, you guys are right. Third aspect that you want are social needs. Okay, you want to have a family, you want to have a friend circle, right? You want to have, let's say, for example, maybe a wife, or it might be kids. Okay, or it might be a good friend circle. You want a lot of friends, etc. Okay, so this is the third aspect. Once you have roti kapda makan, you have job security. Then after that, you want social needs. That is your friends and family. Okay, so after all this, after you have all these three aspects, what is the fourth thing you want? Let us see what people are saying. Puma is saying serve people. Okay, Himani is saying reputation. Yash is saying promotion needs. Okay, let us see. So, yeah, Raghavendra is saying esteem, which is perfectly right. Tanveer is also saying social esteem. Okay, Maya is saying self-actualization. Well, the fourth thing that you require is esteem. Okay, that means after, let us say, you have roti kapda makan. Okay, then you have your job security. Third is then again you have your friends, family. What next you want is you want prestige, you want status. Okay, you want to be recognized, you want to be famous, you want to be popular. Okay, so Abraham Maslow places it at the fourth place in the hierarchy. From the bottom, 1, 2, 3, this is at the fourth place. And after you have all these things, okay, at the peak, at the tip of the pyramid, what you call as Raghavendra is rightly saying, we have self-actualization. Okay, so let me just try and explain what exactly the self-actualization means. Okay, so you are above all your desires. That means, whatever was motivating you in your life, it has been accomplished. Okay, so that means whatever you wanted in your life, you wanted friend, family, food, everything is there in your life. Okay, right now you are famous, you have a very high social prestige also, a lot of people recognize you, you are a revered figure. Okay, after that, what you become is very good. Maya is saying it's a state of moksha. Okay, nirvana also people call it. But in self-actualization, what happens is you attain that particular state where you work, okay, without expecting any results. Okay, you just work for the sake of work. Okay, so that is basically what we mean by this particular concept of self-actualization, right? So let me know if you guys have been able to understand this concept of self-actualization. Raghavendra is saying it's a maturity phase. Okay, for example, Himani is saying that we realize that we have to do something for the poor people also. Okay, so that is the concept of self-actualization. That means you do things without expecting anything out of it. Okay, you do your work because you love to do your work. So this is the state of self-actualization. Okay, so this is basic hierarchy of needs from the first to the fifth. I'll just tell you guys so that people who have joined in very late, they can also tune into exactly what we are talking about. So first of all, I told you that you require to satisfy your very basic needs. Okay, I'm just repeating myself so that people who came late can also join in. So basically, at the very least, we need basic needs like food, clothing, and the shelter. Okay, then after that, we require security needs. You want a security of job, you want job security. Okay, after that, you require social needs, where you want to have a family, you want to have a friend circle, etc. Once you have all these, you look for self-esteem needs. For example, you look forward to respect, being respected by people, being famous, being recognized by people, having good social status, etc. Okay, and then finally, when you have all these things, you become self-actualized. Okay, so this is what Abraham Maslow tries to say using his hierarchy of needs. If you guys have any kind of doubts, you can definitely let me know in the comment section. I'm here for you guys, so I'm just here for a few more minutes. So I'll try and take up more, questions from you guys. Okay, and I'll also take this opportunity to tell you about the new Unacademy Plus course that I have launched. So it is basically for those students who are taking public administration as their optional subjects in the mains examination. So in 2017 mains examination, I also wrote UPSC mains with public administration as an optional subject. Okay, so in case you are one of them who opted for that subject and you don't know how to proceed, how to target like at least 320 out of 500 in public administration. Okay, that means you are going to score 160 plus out of 250 in paper 1 and paper 2 separately to cross the 320 mark. So if you don't know how to prepare for the examination, okay, or how to write answers, etc., so you can definitely check out the plus course that I have launched recently. So the link to that particular plus course is available right beneath this video. Okay, so you can definitely check out the introductory video also. So if you like my way of teaching, you can definitely enroll for the course. And I'll just take a question from you guys. So somebody is asking me, public administration, is it easy or hard? Okay, and Sri Harini says that she has some confusion regarding the selection of an optional subject. So let me take both of this together. Okay, so the main reason why people opt for public administration is because it is a very, very easy subject. Okay, so you just require like 1 to 2 months of time and you can finish off the entire syllabus. Okay, and also the fact that public administration as an optional has a lot of overlap with general studies paper in general. That means, if you study for public administration, the amount you need to spend on paper 2 general studies and paper 3 general studies, it automatically comes down. Okay, so you're basically studying things that you have anyway studied. So it is definitely an easy optional subject. Okay, what is hard is writing very good answers that make you stand out. Okay, for example, I told you the previous time I came live that writing answers is a challenge because while writing answers for paper 2 in public administration, you're supposed to refer to paper 1 concepts. Like, for example, you're supposed to be quoting people like Abraham Maslow, Woodrow Wilson, okay, or Karl Marx, Weber, etc. In these these people, when you're writing answers in the paper 2 as well. Okay, so this is where a lot of people cannot do. This is what a lot of people do not do and hence up losing a lot of marks. Okay, so that is the reason I would say it's a little hard to write answers, but with a lot of practice, you can definitely do that because public administration as an optional is doing well as well. Okay, so a lot of people have scored very good marks and a lot of people I know have scored more than 300 marks. Okay, so it is definitely not a miracle that people are getting. Okay, so I'll take another question. So I'll take that question as to, how do you choose the optional subjects? See, basically all optional subjects are good at the same time bad, simply because, it doesn't matter which optional subject you choose. Okay, there is a chance that you will score very low. I've heard people saying that, this happens in science subjects, this happens with bad, this happens with political science. No, it happens with every optional subject. Okay, because if you do well, you will be at the top edge. Okay, so you'll get good marks. So if you do very bad, then definitely you'll get very bad marks. Okay, so this statement, it's not a blanket, it's a blanket statement. It holds true for every optional subject. Okay, so don't bother yourself whether the optional you have chosen you will score low or score high. Okay, that's not up to you. If you write good answers, if you have presented your answer very well, then definitely you will get good marks. Okay, so while choosing an optional, the important thing you need to take into account is because your own capability. Do you have aptitude for that particular subject? If you have aptitude for that particular subject, and are you also interested in that? Okay, so these are the two things that you look into. Is it your cup of tea? How do you know that? You have a capability. For example, people want to take mathematics optional, so that means you have a very good grasp over concepts in mathematics. Riemann geometry, etc., Euclid geometry, Riemann geometry, linear programming problems, etc. So when you know this, you know that you're a good person to take mathematics. Okay, similarly, while taking public administration, so most of the things, for example, it is related to polity only. If you really like reading that book Lakshmikant, Indian polity, definitely I think you should go ahead here, because in public administration you get an option to learn about what will happen after you join the civil services. What is the role of a district collector? What is the role of a the civil services? What is the role of a district collector? What is the role of a chief secretary? What is the role of a joint secretary? What is the role of a joint secretary? Okay, these things you will not find in any other optional subjects. These are things that are available in public administration. This tells you what exactly is your role after you get into services. So this is another aspect that keeps you motivating if you take this particular optional subject. So, and also, as I told you should be interested in your optional subject. So if you have aptitude and interest, I think that is definitely your subject. You can choose for it. This is how usually you should be choosing an optional subject. It is a very rational decision. You don't just wake up one day and say, okay, I'll choose this. No, it requires a lot of thought. Okay, I'll take a few more questions. Public administration is something which will come from practical experience. Is it easy to learn by oneself? See, Monica is asking that, is it possible to do public administration by oneself? See, of course, there is nothing in the world that you cannot do on your. I read a lot of books and I learn things on my own. Okay, so I don't believe that anything in this world is impossible to learn on your own. Okay, but again, it depends on your capacity, your capability. Okay, and you require guidance as far as answer writing is concerned. Okay, for example, if you are a first time attempter, okay, suppose you clear prelims, and because it also happened to me last time, because I attempted for the first time mains examination in my life, I didn't know many things. Okay, so there it requires you need a little bit of guidance over there as to how you're supposed to write answers and all. And I think Unacademy provides a lot of support in this aspect as well. Okay, so I think you can do it on your own, no issues. But the thing is, some people they find the concepts a little bit difficult to grasp, etc. So those people, they can try and enroll for the course, because I just wrote it like I think 5 months ago. Sorry, that is around 8 months ago. Okay, last October I wrote it. So I'm still fresh with all the concepts, etc. I know how to address the questions, how to ensure that even you guys can also score like me. That is, by like me I mean more than 290 marks out of 500 in public administration. Okay, so those kinds of things are definitely, if you enroll for my course, you will get to know that. Other than that, if you can do it on your own, of course you can do it on your own. That is, there is nothing you cannot do on your own. Okay, and can I get good guidance until I give my prelims 2018? Of course, if you enroll for my course, of course, I'll be there with you all along, because we'll be having a private discussion forum. Okay, so even after the courses they get over, we are having courses till October 2018. Okay, so after my courses get over also, the discussion forum will still be active. Okay, so therefore you can always approach me. You will always have my guidance also, so that is okay. I'll be sharing my email IDs, etc. with you, so you can always reach me out. Okay, even if the Unacademy Plus course gets over. Okay, that is there. So I think there's another question about the book list. Okay, in the last time I came online also, I told you about the book list. Okay, so I told you it is Public Administration book by Lakshmikant. You're also supposed to have a good grasp over Indian polity by Lakshmikant, which of course you will have, because you would have cleared prelims and you're appearing for mains. Okay, other than that, you have to read this book called as Administrative Thinkers by Prasad and Prasad. That Prasad is not me. I'm Siva Prasad. Okay, so that Prasad is completely different. That's another book. A lot of people suggest Mohit Bhattacharya, but I don't think it is really useful if you ask me. But since a lot of people are suggesting, maybe they would have found more useful. So, it's not my personal recommendation, but a lot of people recommend it. So if you find useful, you can definitely, go through that also. Okay. So other than that, I think I'll take a couple of more questions. Okay. Is it that public administration is scoring? So Raghavendra is asking, is public administration scoring? So I already answered this question. See, every optional subject you can score very well and you can score very low. Okay, trust me, be it science subjects, be it humanities subject, it doesn't matter. This is the trend with all the optional subjects. The thing is, in the optional subject you are choosing, you are supposed to be at the top edge. Okay, so let us say a subject is being chosen by 100 people. So if you are in the top 20, the normalization procedure when UPSC tries to do moderation so that different optional subjects have parity, so when you're in the top 20, you automatically get a good mark. Okay, so whatever optional you choose, you ensure that you are best person in that particular optional subject. Okay, and one advantage of PubAd is because thousands of students, they appear in mains examination with public administration. So automatically mathematics suggests us that if a lot of people are going to appear over there, then automatically the average comes down. So if the average comes down, automatically your scores are higher. Okay, so when average comes down, let us say average is like 150 and you are scoring like 190, definitely it helps you over there when normalization process takes place. Okay, so I'll just take one more question because it's already 20 minutes. So I'll just take one more question from you guys. Okay, so if you have any question, please put them forth. I'm just here for a few more minutes. I'll just wait for your questions. Okay, so see, book list I have already suggested, and you're asking me about the link to my public administration course is directly, the link to my public administration course is available right beneath the video, so you can get it there. Okay, so I'll just take one more question. Okay, let us see. How much time it would take to complete the syllabus? Okay, so Venki is asking me how much time it will take to complete the syllabus. See, it depends on you. If you can put in a lot of effort, you can definitely do it. Even 1 month is more than enough. Okay, but I would say safely within 2 months, your public administration optional subject will be simply over. Okay, trust me. If you complete the public administration optional subject, okay, within 2 months, you will not only be ready for your paper 1, paper 2 of public administration, you will be ready for your paper 2 of general studies also. Okay, that is polity governance. You will be ready for paper 3, which deals a little bit about the monetary policy, fiscal policy, etc. Because budgets and all that also is being dealt by public administration. Then we also have disaster management in paper 3, which is again dealt in public administration. Then even security. Okay, security is also dealt in public administration, so you're also prepared for your paper 3 also. Okay, and again a lot of essays can also be linked with public administration topics. For example, last year there was this essay about center state financial relationships and how it has the dynamics of it, how it has changed over time. So because my public administration was my optional subject, I had a pre-prepared answer for the center state financial relationships. For example, I could easily talk about Niti Aayog, I could talk about FRBM Act, okay, Uday scheme, etc., things like that. So definitely I scored well also in my essay. That is, by well I mean 140, even though I could have done even better than that. Okay, so I didn't have to spend much time on the first essay at least. Okay, with the second essay, of course, I had to think because I didn't have a pre-prepared answer for that. Public administration did not prepare me for that as well. So anyway, so we can take one more question if you guys want. Okay, GS 1 to 4 exams are day by day, or okay, just complete your question, Asif. So Esther is asking me what thought about starting their preparation for civil service examination. See, the thing is, if you're just going to start, you have ample time, okay, to explore what exactly you want as far as your optional subject is concerned. Okay, and definitely if you're going to start this process, you will be starting with reading very basic things. By basic things, maybe you'll start with geography. There itself you can try and understand which things come easy. For example, you could have an aptitude for geography. Okay, you could also like geography as an optional subject. If you're interested in the geography you are studying, definitely I think you can go for geography as well. Similarly, if you're interested in reading Lakshmikant polity, you can go in for political sciences, or you can go in for public administration. Okay, so things like that. Or if you have a background in, for example, some sciences, okay, you can definitely go with that. For example, I have a background in physics, so for my forest services, I chose my optional as physics and mathematics. Okay, so this ultimately depends on you. It depends on, as I said, as I keep repeating, your potential, that is your aptitude, whether you have the potential to handle that particular subject or not. Okay, and also your interest, whether you will be interested in reading that subject for more than 3 to 4 hours a day or something like that. Okay, so that is all about, guys, and you guys have been an awesome audience. So you can follow me on an academy. My name is Siva Prasad, and the link to my profile is available right below the video. And also for those students who would like to enroll for my course on public administration, so you can find a link to that also right beneath this video. Okay, so thank you guys for being an awesome audience. Thank you so much, and stay tuned.